Yo, John, what are you doing? It's been forever.
All this bad blood here.
Save your breath, he can't answer you. He listened to the Bastille debut album for about a year straight on repeat, fell into a deep slumber one night after about 13 listens, and hasn't awoken since. Is he gonna wake up soon, or is he just gonna keep, mumbling to himself?
If you close your eyes.
No one actually knows. I mean, there's a new Bastille album right around the corner, so... New album?
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
I can hear the triggered fans in the comments already. What's up, guys? John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the sophomore album Wild World by UK pop band Bastille. These guys really started taking off in 2013, 2014, having some crossover success on alternative and even mainstream radio in the US with singles like Pompeii, and then of course Things We Lost in the Fire, and even the title track Bad Blood. All this Bad Blood was released, kind of reworked, some new stuff as well. And with the debut album Bad Blood, I just didn't understand the whole hype train behind it, and I still don't with Bastille to this day. I see so many bands doing very similar things, but doing them in such a more interesting way, it's like, why wouldn't I just listen to that and give my attention to that? I don't know exactly what it is with Bastille, but I think it's a combination of kind of sleepy lyrics, the vocals from Dan Smith, which, trigger warning for everyone, can't even look directly in the camera because I'm so scared of people crucifying me. I'm not a fan of his vocal style, a lot of the time at least. Sometimes it fits, but often it just feels dreary and just kind of run-of-the-mill, and it kind of stretches out certain words, and he does it so much that it just gets old super fast, and it's really hard to listen to an entire record full of stuff. So with this new record, Wild World, they were promising new things, new sounds, and did we get that? Yes, we did. There's more rock-oriented stuff. They actually have guitars on this record, which really kicked it up a bit. Their guitarist, Will, really seemed to actually get on board. He switched from bass to actually playing guitar in the studio a lot of the time, and yeah, results may vary, but it wasn't bad. There were some tracks on here that stand out to me as a result of him picking up that instrument. But overall, once again, this record is just very, very messy, and it has this overall theme of being like a film, or like a fake film, kind of playing out like that, and it jumps kind of erratically all over the place. It kind of reminds me of Imagine Dragons in a way, which is a strange coincidence that they both have a vocalist named Dan, and they both manage to be very overrated, in my opinion, at least in the mainstream in terms of success and bands who actually deserve a lot more attention. What I was getting at with bringing up that fake film aspect of this record is, obviously you can see from the artwork here, is that they're hinting at that with all of the credits listed below. It looks like a movie poster or something like that. It's a bit jarring whenever you're throwing in all of these random samples just from old movies, things that they've recreated, stuff that just kind of feels out of left field, especially on tracks like Send Them Off, and then it goes into like Snakes and Fake It as well. There's so many moments on here that just have all these random samples, and I'm looking at the track listing here and I'm thinking, wow, there's actually more than I thought. It's kind of alarming and disturbing in a way, and I can't say that they really add that much to the record, especially whenever they stick out like a sore thumb right in the middle of some of these tunes. There are songs on here that I like and I gravitate towards, and don't get me wrong, I don't want you to think that I just totally hate everything on this record. It's just that I don't think that there's a ton of great songs. I don't really actually think there's any great songs on here. There's some that I'll give it that it's good, like I like the sweeping symphonics of The Currents, the second track on this record. Right before that, even the single Good Grief is okay. It's catchy as hell. I'll give them that. It's infectious. And then they've got melodies that come later, like Two Evils. I like that track and how it kind of balances things out. It's got kind of a mellow groove to it. And then Lethargy right after that, kind of a track that seems to light a fire underneath oneself, or trying to light a fire underneath others as well, and pushing things forward. So I do enjoy that one, and even Blame as well. I like that they use those rock-oriented aspects as well. But looking through the rest of the track listing here, it's just kind of muddled. I looked at tracks like Glory as some of the most boring moments on here, or even An Act of Kindness. I see what they want to do, and it's like they really want to sell this connection or this experience, and they really think that they're tugging at the heartstrings, or they really think that they're making an uplifting or motivating track, and it just doesn't hit me in that way at all. In fact, this band seems a bit disingenuous to me. It's like they're very aware whenever I see interviews with them of just the talent or the songs that they think that they have, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, we definitely accomplished this, and you know, we definitely pushed the envelope here. And it's like, but do you though? Does it feel like an album? Does it feel like a collection of songs? It kind of rides the line somewhere in between both of those things, and it just doesn't really hit me on any level. I know myself, and I know that I will not be coming back to this record. Maybe a couple of tracks, and even I could hear somebody playing them in the car, and I wouldn't think that these are bad songs necessarily, and I don't just straight up hate Bastille or anything like that. I don't even hate Dan Smith as a vocalist at all. It's just that it's kind of dreary to me, and it doesn't come across as anything special. For me personally, I don't really have much else to say about this record. I really can't give it a recommendation. I don't enjoy the majority of the songs on it, but there are a few, like I said, that stand out from the track listing, and I see that they're trying to do new things. It's just that a lot of them just kind of come through a haze. A lot of stuff gets jumbled up, and after 5 or 6 listens, that's not a good thing for an album at all. It just feels really, really lengthy, and the standard's only 14. Making it through the 19 deluxe edition just kind of gives me a nightmare in a form of a daydream while I'm talking to a camera. That's a very weird way to compare it, but I'm going with no recommendation really, and just a light 2. Maybe on this thing. That's just how I'm feeling. Let me know what you thought of the new Bastille record in the comments section down below. You guys were begging for me to review this, so don't get mad that I have an opinion other than yours. I hate it whenever people look to me for validation of their opinions, and I see that a lot with some of these type bands in the alternative scene. So sorry, but not sorry at all for having an opinion. Anyways, if you'd like to see the last review that I did on this channel or another review that you might enjoy, check those annotations right below me. You can find my social media like Instagram and Twitter. Follow me to stay all up to date on all things ARTV. It's the links in the description down below. And other than that, I got a lot of reviews on the way, and I'll see you very soon right here on ARTV.